Alright team, the patient presents with a list of inflammatory disorders, multifocal stenosing ulceration of the small intestine, and eosinophilic fasciitis.
What's your diagnosis?
I think it could be Crohn's disease, considering the symptoms we have here.
I disagree. I'm leaning towards Bouvet's disease based on the ulceration and inflammatory aspects.
Actually, I think it might be eosinophilic gastroenteritis, especially with eosinophilic fasciitis in the mix.
None of you are correct. It's superior canal dehiscence syndrome. We need to perform a ganglionectomy immediately.
But sir, that's a risky procedure. Are you sure that's the right call?
Damn it, I've made my decision. This is what's best for the patient. Get ready for surgery, team. Tracy, I need to talk to you about performing a ganglionectomy on my patient with superior canal dehiscence syndrome.
Hawks, are you sure about this procedure? It seems quite risky.
Tracy, I've been practicing medicine for over 20 years. I know what I'm doing.
I understand that, Hawks, but we need to consider all options and risks involved.
I don't need you second guessing me, Tracy. This is the best course of action for my patient.
Hawks, I trust your expertise, but I just want to make sure we are making the right decision here.
I know what's best for my patient, Tracy. Trust me on this.
All right, Hawks. I'll support your decision, but keep me updated on the progress.
Thank you, Tracy. I'll make sure to keep you informed every step of the way.
The patient is in critical condition. I can't believe this happened after the ganglionectomy. How am I going to tell Hawks that we made a mistake? That the surgery wasn't the right treatment for superior canal dehiscence syndrome? I should have considered more options before proceeding with it. This is a medical error that could have serious consequences.
You incompetent fools. You almost killed our patient with your reckless decisions.
How could you choose the wrong ganglionectomy and misdiagnose the condition? Are you pretending to be doctors or just playing pretend?
I still believe my diagnosis was correct, Dr. Hawks. The symptoms matched up perfectly.
I have to agree with Gary on this one, Hawks. It seemed like the most logical explanation at the time.
But what about the test results? They clearly pointed towards a different condition which required a different procedure.
Test results. Just what more critically and not blindly followed your instincts.
We were just trying to help the patient, Hawks. We thought we were making the best decision in the moment.
We may have made a mistake, but we were doing what we thought was right based on the information we had.
I apologize, Dr. Hawks. We will do whatever it takes to make this right.
I don't want to hear your excuses. You better get your act together and start thinking like real doctors, or I'll have all of your medical licenses revoked. Now get out of my sight. I can't believe I haven't figured out what's wrong with this patient yet.
Maybe you need to consider a rare disease, or perhaps it's a medication interaction. Have you thought about that?
I've considered everything, Johnson. I just can't seem to crack it.
Well, keep digging, Hawks. You'll get there eventually.
Wait a minute. I think I know what it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Johnson. I gotta go.
Wait, you're leaving already? What about lunch?
Sorry, Johnson. Duty calls. Catch you later. I've got it. Forget superior canal dehiscence syndrome. It's neonatal hemochromatosis.
Hawks, what are you doing? You stormed in here without proper gear?
This is unacceptable, Hawks. You can't just make drastic decisions like that.
We need to assess the patient carefully. We can't jump to conclusions.
Trust me, guys.
I've seen this before. It's rare, but I'm sure of it.
I can't believe you're congratulating me now after all the trouble we went through with the wrong diagnosis.
I'm just acknowledging that you eventually got it right, but don't forget that the patient suffered because of the initial mistake.
And whose fault was that? If you had heeded my advice from the beginning, none of this would have happened.
I stand by my decisions as a doctor. Hawks, you should learn to trust your colleagues instead of always thinking you know best.
I trust those who earn it, Tracy.
And you haven't exactly been building trust with your recent track record.
Excuse me? I've saved more lives than you can imagine. Just because you got lucky this time doesn't mean you get to be disrespectful.
Lucky. This wasn't luck, Tracy. It was my expertise finally breaking through your stubbornness.
Well, I guess we'll see what the review board has to say about that. Good luck defending your insubordination, Dr. Hawks.